everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And welcome to today's show. We are talking all about, let me go ahead and pull up the notes because I was not prepared. We're talking about Dune being greenlit for part 2.
Yes, we're also going to be talking about some trailers. We're going to be talking about the Cowboy Bebop trailer, a little featurette on West Side Story, and the new trailer for Lightyear.
And of course, more Wheel of Time talk, Dustin's favorite topic, one of his favorite topics. Woo! All this and so much more coming up on today's show. We want to say happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Hope your water heater is working correctly because ours isn't. It's leaky.
Yep, it is.
The whole thing needs to go. So that's a bit of an issue. Oh.
So yeah, today's been a busy day. We first filmed our trailer reaction to Lightyear.
Yes.
We got our trailer reaction to the new Wheel of Time trailer, which is one of the first trailers that really got me like, oh, this looks amazing kind of a thing. All the other ones I've been kind of a little tentative about, but I love this new trailer that recently come out. But we also had a lot of maintenance things to deal with around the house. Our water heater is leaking.
The wall is leaking, not inside the apartment, but it's like when one of us takes a shower, one of the shower is leaking and it seeps out the wall in the bottom outside, which is concerning, amongst other things that I'm not going to bore you guys with. Plus, it's all kind of like private matters. So it's
got into a car accident, had to do stuff for that, dental insurance, all fun and exciting things. And also, it's coming up to the end of the year, so don't forget your insurance. If you get like Cover California or something, you got to renew. Not fun.
I hate being an adult. I hate it.
I don't like adult stuff. I refuse to adult today. I refuse to adult today. So we're just going to sit down, don't make money, live stream, and talk to our awesome fans.
Yeah, we're going to keep it a little bit lighter on today's show just because we have so much more stuff that we need to deal with. But we do want to let you know that we have a couple of trailer reactions up on the channel. The Lightyear one is now up, with the Wheel of Time one coming. Because we filmed it. We haven't had time to edit anything today except for that one. And Cowboy Bebop as well. So with that said, let me go ahead and go to, yes.
And also, Blade wanted to know where I am in the anime for Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, we watched last night.
Just finished episode 4?
The Ballad of the Fallen Angel, I think episode 5 actually.
Yeah, well, you just get introduced to Vicious.
He just met Vicious.
I just met Vicious for the first time, and Spike got the crap beat out of him.
I mean,
but I'm excited. I am excited to watch the rest of the anime. I'm excited to watch the live action. The new trailer that just dropped is amazing. It got me super hyped. So far, recently, a lot of the trailers that we've been watching have been really fun.
And I mean, why don't we do that? Why don't we first bring up Navi into the stream, I guess, because you were getting ready to do it.
Patient.
She still has her Halloween bows on. Usually she scratches those off pretty quickly after she gets in. The groomers always put little bows in her hair, and she usually scratches it out within like the first hour that she's home, but she's not been scratching at them. So I guess
look at how cute
she's ready for Halloween. I'm going to take them out, though, after Halloween's over. So you just have to hold on till Sunday. And then if they come out before then, I'm not going to put them back on because she might. I don't know. She just looks so cute. She just looks really. I should have bought her a pumpkin dress to go with her look. We should keep those bows. Okay. That's what we're going to do with Navi. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the new trailers because they are really so cool. And obviously, we're going to focus a little bit. And I know it came out yesterday, but we are going to focus a little bit on our new Cowboy Bebop trailer, which, by the way, you can watch right on our channel. It's available right now. I just thought the visual for the Cowboy Bebop trailer really, I think it captures enough tone of the anime, but it also stands as its own. Like it's not, there's obviously a lot of shot for shots or, shots that are very much inspired by the anime. So you kind of get that satisfactory visual match there. But there's a lot of other things that I think they're aware that they can't do in anime, which is, I think any sort of manga or anime adaptation to screen, like a live action, is always going to have a hard time. And I thought that they did really well, especially with this shot here, this iconic shot between Vicious and Spike, which
I saw that scene today. I just saw that scene. I was like, oh, yesterday. We saw that in the trailer. Oh, yes, we saw that yesterday. But I was like, oh, I saw that in the trailer. So I was super excited to finally be able to see some connections between the trailer and the anime that we're watching at this moment.
Yeah, and it's just been so much fun watching it. Thank God that the anime is finally now on Netflix, because, and we said this in our trailer reaction, we love Hulu for their shows. Like Handmaid's Tale, that's on Hulu. It's one of many shows that we enjoy watching on Hulu. But sometimes we don't want to watch those shows because the interface sucks so bad. I'm sorry, Hulu. Like, with the money that people are paying you, I feel like you need to put some like R&D into that into that interface, because it's just like, it's slow. I don't know if it's for you guys, if it's slow, but
yeah, does anyone else have a problem with Hulu? And
it just takes forever to load.
Sometimes it's just like you click on it, you have to wait like a minute, and then it will finally bring that up. And if you're like impatient, like I am, the very first time I was like, click. Why isn't this working? And then all of a sudden went, I'm like,
just freaks out on you. It's like, here's everything you asked for.
But no, I just wanted the one thing.
Yeah, so
I was impatient.
Out of like frustration, we'll turn it off. Be like, let's just watch Netflix or HBO Max or Disney Plus. But the trailer looks really, really good. I know that we were from the teaser trailer that they gave us, that was very stylized. You and I kind of voiced our concerns about, like, do we think a lot of the episodes is going to look like what the teaser trailer gave us? And obviously then in the comments are like, how could you guys even ask that question? I was like, well, I think it's a fair question to ask as the consumer, to be like, I mean, I thought that most likely it's not going to be that way throughout. We might get a couple of scenes like that here and there when they need to transition to the next location. That's a really creative way to bring our characters into another part of the story, the next part of the story. But I thought it was a fair question to ask, like, you know, do we think, and we're not saying like it is going to be like this. It's literally, I don't know. I just, people got mad that we asked that question in our own video.
Well, you know, and
how can you guys even ask?
It does happen a lot in trailers.
Wanted to know.
Yeah, where we see something that we're like, why wasn't that in the actual movie, kind of a thing, or actual.
Wait, say that again.
Did I misunderstand? You were saying that there's something in the trailer that's not in the.
No, I was comparing to what we saw in the teaser trailer and wonder if the teaser, the style of the teaser trailer was going to be like that, kind of the base of how each episode was going to be. And obviously that's not the case after seeing the full trailer.
And I'm really glad that it's like that. I am really glad that it is going to be more like the anime and not a very stylized fourth wall breaking kind of.
I can get a little bit of it because it is an anime, so they you know, they have a lot of like boundaries that they break as far as like the fourth wall and being meta and things like that. But I am just so happy with that full trailer. I thought it looked really fantastic, and of course you mix that with the original soundtrack. I was just like,
and I think you did a really cute job on put it on our Instagram.
Yeah, there's a little video,
just like a little, hey, go check out our trailer reaction kind of a thing. And I'm like watching Wendy's reaction, and I'm just like, oh yeah, she was getting a lot more out of it just because she's a lot more familiar with Cowboy Bebop. And it looks a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this series.
Me too. So we can't wait. Definitely we'll be watching it on Netflix as soon as it drops. I wonder if they're dropping like a new episode per week, kind of like what they do with, I think they're going to do, I believe one of you guys put in the Discord, and somebody put in the comment section as well of the trailer reaction for Cowboy Bebop, is that when Netflix was live streaming, they did like a live streaming to show off leading up to the release of the full trailer, that there was a link that you could have clicked on to get fans like an advanced screening, virtual screening of the first 2 episodes, which is pretty cool. So I'm hoping that maybe some press email will come through, or maybe we'll have to make the ask for it and be like, can we also get in on that as well? I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Can't wait. Let us know what you guys thought of the Cowboy Bebop full trailer in the comment section or in the chat as we go through the show. And before we dive into the next trailer,
the thing that got me so excited is the music. I don't think I'll ever get tired of that music.
Yes, absolutely.
1, 2, 3, let's jam.
Let's jam. So before we dive into the next trailer, let's go ahead and
Marvin
Martin's super chat, who writes, VG, Until Dawn film, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark by Del Toro book, LJ Smith's Night World, and Forbidden Games series. They sound like it's all kind of in that horror genre, which I love so much. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. I think I'm mixing that up with Are You Afraid of the Dark? But it also says here, I'm kind of intrigued. He says he wrote Del Toro book. does that mean like Guillermo del Toro, or is there another? I know it's not an uncommon last name.
No,
so,
that is very true. It is a.
But my
actually,
head immediately goes to Guillermo because we're big fans of Guillermo. So let us know. Let's see what else. Thank you so much, by the way, Marvin Martin, for your super chat.
And Marvin Martin did send in another super chat down at the very bottom.
Oh boy. There you go.
There we go.
All right. YouTube, Quinn's Idea channel for Dune expertise. Ooh. Nice. We're currently, well, I guess I shouldn't say we, because we're not reading the book. I'm reading the book for Dune, and I'm getting to dive into that. So I think once I dig into it a little bit, this channel that you suggested, I'm definitely going to take a look at, because I am right now very, very intrigued by the whole world of Dune, and I can't wait to talk about the fact that they greenlit part 2 later on in today's show.
Yeah, I'm super excited for them greenlighting part 2 of Dune. I mean, I was actually a little afraid for a while.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like, I mean, since they're releasing it on HBO and in theaters, is it going to suffer from not making enough money? And then the studios are going to be like, well, you know, we actually lost money on the first Dune, so therefore we're not even going to spend any money on the second one, kind of a thing. We're not going to take the chance. And it's like, no. There's what is that called? Extenuating circumstances, whatever the word is. And we want to see it because I loved that for the Dune. I love the Dune movie that just came out.
Yes.
I thought it was beautiful. I thought it had some amazing storylines, and I want to see it finished.
We want to see it finished, and of course, we are gonna. I want to make sure we leave enough room in our conversation to talk about that later on when we get to that topic. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to this trailer that we got to see called Lightyear. Dustin, your thoughts on Lightyear?
I loved it. I mean,
by the way,
honestly,
trailer reaction's up on the channel if you want to watch.
Go check it out, our trailer reaction. And honestly, I thought this was great. At first, I was kind of like, wait, what are we getting here? Are we going to get kind of like the real story of Buzz Lightyear, kind of like the animated cartoon kind of a thing, where it's a little campy and it's more like a toy version of Buzz Lightyear? But this looks very sci-fi, but grounded in kind of like a reality-based world and not just like a toy world. And seeing that it's kind of based on like this world, this universe's actual space explorer, and how he is like, it seems like he's going to be like the first guy to do this experimental jet flight around the sun, and then he discovers how to do space travel, and then they form the first Space Ranger Corps, kind of a thing. There was very little dialogue in it, but the visuals were amazing. I'm excited to see what they're actually going to do with this, and they're going to treat it like a very serious piece of theater. It's going to be a very serious. It's not going to be tongue in cheek, kind of like like all the other Toy Stories. This is where Toy Stories is. Don't get me wrong. Toy Story has gotten me crying, boo-hoo.
Oh my god, yeah. So
many times. It is serious, but it's more of like something that you can take the kids to.
I think this one you still can, because based on the trailer, I think there's still going to be funny moments, but I think the teaser does lean towards like a little bit more, I don't want to say serious.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to say serious for the tone of this first trailer, but it is less like kids jokey, but those jokes are definitely, I can already see it and feel it, especially when he's got that like when he got wrapped with the tentacle. And I feel like there's just going to be a lot of hilarity happening, but this one is kind of like Pixar saying, we're coming for your tears.
Yeah, but it's still going to be
coming.
It's like it's going to be a sci-fi adventure,
yes, and
not a kids family film, which all the other Toy Stories have been fallen into. So, but I'm excited. I love what they're doing. I love that they're taking it in this direction, and I can't wait to see more. I want to see now a full trailer. I want to see more of the storyline. I want to see if this is kind of like it's Buzz Aldrin, but in an alternate universe. Instead of being the first man to land on the moon, it's going to be the first man to fly through hyperspace, kind of thing, and discovers really cool. a whole new world
out
there.
Yeah, the visuals. I mean, the boundaries that Pixar animation continues to break with the technology they use, and every single feature film that we get, I keep saying how life realistic it really starts to look and more detailed. And I can't wait to hear more of Chris Evans in this role, just kind of like Movie Bunch Debbie is saying here. We did get to hear the, his space commander or teammate said to infinity. And I can see some people watching the trailer, even though we've known Toy Story forever. Some people going, and what?
And what?
And what?
No, don't leave us hanging.
What's he gonna say? But I thought it matched what we know of Buzz Lightyear, the toy, so far.
Yes.
But it's going to stand out on its own. And I also wanted to highlight this picture as well, because like this is like super meta. This is like Pixar multiverse canon universe happening. Sorry that it's a badly cropped photo. But this ominous looking scene here, Dustin's got the theory that it's going to be
Emperor Zurg coming out of his cryostasis or something. It's going to be like kind of like how Darth Vader has that meditation chamber. This is going to be Emperor Zurg coming out of his meditation chamber, so to speak.
Maybe there'll be some Star Wars
Destroy Buzz Lightyear. Destroy Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. So we're excited for that. And of course, we got a little
Kylo Zurg.
Kylo Zurg. I want him to like come out with like some sort of not a lightsaber.
Well, he'll come out with like his blaster.
Yeah, just like temper tantrum all over. Blaster all over. That'd be so funny. We also got a quick look at the West Side Story featurette, which shows you a little bit more behind the scenes. Not very long, it's about a minute, but it just Steven Spielberg expressing how much he is so excited to be making this film, that it sounds like it's been on his list, like lifelong dream, to be doing this film, based on the Broadway musical. So everything, as in Steven Spielberg fashion, looks freaking stunning.
Oh,
beautiful,
yeah, the choreography, the colors, the lighting,
I love
the cinematography, the wardrobe, everything just looks so vibrant. And especially
Oscar
when you
for costuming. For
yes.
Sure.
No, that's a very good point. It really does have that kind of Oscar-worthy kind of costuming and lighting and cinematography. And it is Steven Spielberg. So. Yeah.
Very excited about that. And of course, moving right along to our next topic here, The Wheel of Time. We got a full trailer from Amazon Prime. And this one's, they went a little extra with it because there was some 3D dimensional stuff. So if you have an Oculus or any sort of like VR headset, I think you put that on and you watch this on YouTube, you can actually look around and we try to incorporate that into our trailer reaction. You'll see it's a little weird because we had to watch it one way, and then afterwards we kind of experimented and messed around with it. But you'll see in the trailer reaction that will be up sometime later today. Probably not until later, maybe even tomorrow, because I got to find the time to actually edit this on top of all the things that I'm doing. And sometimes things like that can't be priority as much as I want to. Something else is priority today. So your thoughts on seeing this full trailer for The Wheel of Time?
I loved it. This was one of the first trailers where I really got excited for it. Before I was kind of like, okay, I think I like that. I don't quite like this moment. Mm-hmm. There was always a little bit of apprehension to it. But this is the one that just knocked it out of the park. I love the beginning where she's taking her oath with the oath rod. I love the fact that they showed a little bit of the white cloaks and the fact that they're burning an Aes Sedai. They showed how beautiful the Aes Sedai, the Ajas look. And everything that was in this, I'm just like, okay, this looks good. I like it. I like how they're kind of piecing everything together. And they also did show that it's not going to start right where the book starts. It is going to start with a little bit of the prequel book that came out way after The Wheel of Time first came out. So, and that one is just more of a setup for Moraine and Lan and their journey and their relationship.
And I love that they're actually incorporating that. And I think that's really important to make everything make sense for the TV series. And because this is only season 1, like I feel like we're definitely going to get multiple seasons. Like this is going to be, again, not trying to compare everything to GOT, but it's going to, I hope to have the GOT effect, where we get season after season and we get to grow and journey with these characters.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, they have enough material. They really, really do. You could have probably up to 14 seasons.
Ooh, yeah.
With
absolutely.
this, and just have, after you set this up, have
those actors
season,
are set for life. 14 seasons.
All they have to do is knock it out of the park.
Yeah, and I think they will. I think there's a lot of really great marketing, smart marketing. I think they have a great lead in Rosamund Pike as Moraine, and her costume looks great. The the blue that stands out against the. Oh God, it's everything I thought in my head.
The
whenever
only
I see
thing
her.
is that I don't like the way that they're animating using the one power. That it's all just like a smoke thing, that it looks like it's just like a thin wisp of
what did you
white,
think it would look like?
that it would have. The way they describe it is that you're using different threads of different parts of the one power: fire, water, air, earth, all of these different parts of the one power. So I imagined, and they use the analogy of weaving, of like making weaving a tapestry, or weaving a cloth kind of a thing, and all of whatever how you use these threads are how you get what you're going to get, the effect that you want. This looks like it's just using smoke and then the magic appears. I really do wish that they put more color into it, a little bit more texture, a little bit more than just
But how do you know
smoke.
if they're not hiding it either?
That is okay, that is true.
They do that. Like
they could
I know
hide
Marvel,
it because
sometimes would do that with Star Wars and stuff like that, and maybe.
And also, no one else sees it. No one else can see these threads except for those who can use the one power.
Yeah.
So they might be showing you what it looks like from an outside perspective, but then they might show you every now and again a deeper animation of like what Moraine is seeing, and she's pulling all of these different threads out of the air, and you see it come together, and then you see like a fireball happen.
Yeah.
But there are so many things that they are able to do with the one power. Technically, anything you can do with technology, anything that you can do with magic, you can pretty much do with the one power. You just have to figure out how to do it. Everything is possible. So, but just using it with smoke doesn't give it that versatility, I think.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from the outside as like a normal person,
maybe
you're not going to see this. That's
right?
all you see. So they could show you one and the other, and they can be like, hey, this is what's going on, but this is what everyone else sees. And that we're going to show you that 90% of the time, because animating all of this other amazing stuff is going to be just way too much. And use your imagination, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and also we've only seen the trailer. We haven't even gotten to see the first episode yet. So who knows if they're just showing us portions of what making the magic look like versus what we're going to get as when we get to dive into the full episode. So again, looking forward to that.
Something else that they did show is the difference between Saidin and Saidar, the male and the female half. The male half of the one power is corrupt. It's called tainted by the Dark One. The Dark One touched it during one of the big battles, and it's now like this oily corruption that's on it. So anyone who touches it goes insane. And you can see that. You saw the smoke of it being clean when a woman was using it. But then I think when one of the male was using it, you saw like this tar-like substance. And I was like, okay, that looks kind of cool. And I like how they differentiated the two.
Yeah, and we got to see also the white cloaks with all the Aes Sedai rings that he's putting on his belt there, like for the ones that he's killed with the bloody fingers. I don't know if you remember seeing that. That I thought that just like the little details that we're gonna get. I think it's really cool. And for someone who's only made it up to book 4, I'm very intrigued, very excited for this series. And we're also excited for this next topic here. The making of What If is coming to Disney Plus. So Disney Plus have been making a habit of like, whether it's Disney Gallery, where they show us the making of like The Mandalorian and things like that, to Assembled, which is for all the behind the scenes Marvel stuff. When we get an episode featuring What If, the animated series that, basically asks the question, what if? And we have a whole playlist of What If episode reactions, if you guys want to check that out on this channel.
Amazing series. I loved every single episode.
I feel like the What If, like the Assembled episode, is going to be just an hour, if it's an hour, of Jeffrey Wright speaking, which I don't mind at all. he can just
he
say it out loud.
An amazing voice. And I still love the fact that throughout the entire series, he has this very intense, very deep voice. And then there is this one moment in one episode where he's like, oh, no, wait, it's right there. What are you doing?
Oh, right. When it was like one of the final.
I was busting up. I was like, this is great. I love the fact that you can see the Watcher's panicking a little bit.
Yes. Lost his composure. Lost his composure. Let's see here. The Wheel of Time, MK says, the first 3 episodes in Cowboy Bebop both drop November 19th. Gah! Gah is right. That's my God. And my eyeballs are going to be so full. So, and MK says, the assembled episode for What If was released today. Oh, it's only 40 minutes-ish.
Yeah. It was
Disney
just
didn't send it to me ahead of time. What happened?
Well, it's okay. We've got it on Disney. We got Disney+.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, with that said, let's go ahead and move on to another topic in the MCU universe.
I've done that too. The MCU. Yeah.
Sure. We are talking a little bit about, this is surprising to me, Bill Murray casually revealing that he is in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania because he's Bill Murray. So obviously we don't have any sort of details on who he's playing, how big his role is, how small it is. But this was in an interview, during an interview for a German outlet, FAZ, I think, is how it's said. And he spoke about, basically they were interviewing him for the French Dispatch. But he also revealed that he is a part of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. So I'm just wondering, is he just Bill Murray in it? Or is he someone else?
That would be funny if all it is just Bill Murray as Bill Murray in Quantumania. But I'm also a little curious on where he would fit in this whole MCU universe of the Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Could he potentially be like a friend of Hank Pym's, maybe?
Maybe. I mean,
we don't know. We're speculating.
He might be kind of like how who was it that was in the last one where he was talking about that fact that he where Scott Lane and him were talking about, oh yeah, I got this big for this long, and then Scott's like, oh yeah, I beat that record, kind of a thing.
Wasn't that Hank Pym he was talking to?
No, he wasn't talking to Hank Pym, but he was talking to Giant Man. I wonder if it's going to be like a scene like that. Or if it's going to be like a small cameo, or I'm curious on, what is he doing?
Especially for someone who's said he's not really interested in these like comic book adaptation, but he did take on the gig, according to this article here, because of director Peyton Reed. So he said he got to know the director. He really liked him. That he found him funny, humble, and everything you'd want from a director. So he did it. But then he also said this, even though his experience with Quantumania was overall positive, Bill Murray doesn't think that he's going to come back for another Marvel movie in the future. In his own words, quote, "The director is a good guy, and now I've at least tried out what it's like to shoot a Marvel movie. I don't think I need that experience a second time." It's probably just because it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a huge production.
And I think we know then at this point, if he doesn't need that experience a second time, he probably had multiple days on set.
Yeah.
Because I think if it's a 1 day on set thing, he'd be like, okay, whatever. So he's probably in quite a lot, maybe.
And also it's the fact that, it's probably not a very big role. If he's very much like, I'm not going to be in it again. But honestly, you also can't take anything Bill Murray says too seriously. I mean, for years he was talking about, I'm never going to be in another Ghostbusters movie. And then he did a cameo in both of the Ghostbusters movies that have come out since then. So, I mean, he is a very... it's
a little jokester.
Yeah. He's very hard to take seriously sometimes because that's just who he is. That's his personality. So I'm really curious on what is he doing? And how big his role is.
Interesting. Ruru2 says, I think he's playing Egghead.
I am not familiar
with that either, and we also don't know if Ruru2 is joking or not. That I don't know. Let's see. Okay, Debbie says her theory. He's a guy like the Collector, or he could be an elder or Scott Lang's dad.
Oh, you know what?
Oh my gosh,
that would fit. A little cameo as Scott Lang's dad.
I like, and Steve Coulter said it too.
It could just be a small little thing to where they're like, who would fit this role perfectly? Bill Murray. Hey, you know what? I know Bill Murray. I'll give him a call and talk to him.
Yes.
And be like, hey, Bill, we're doing this. We're doing the Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we want you to be Scott Lang's dad for like these couple of scenes.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Why not?
I always wanted to, it's kind of like trying something to eat for the first time. I wanted to try the Marvel Cinematic Universe flavor. Okay, I had it. I'm good.
I'm good for a little while. Who knows? He says that just to throw us off the scent, and he's in like multiple films afterwards, and he's like officially in the MCU.
Yeah, and
only
also,
time will tell.
I also don't know how prevalent Scott Lang's dad is in the comics. So someone commented on that too, and I'm kind of like, Maurice
says,
I don't know if you guys actually know how much Scott Lang's dad is in the comics. That would be interesting to actually kind of look out. But if it's like Scott Lang's dad is never mentioned, then yeah, it makes sense to kind of bring in Bill Murray to do this kind of funny little role, and have him do his little piece.
Yeah, there you go. And flying into our next topic here, Zack Snyder announces the title for Army of Darkness sequel.
Wait,
and
Army
it is
Army of
Oh
the
my
Dead.
God, it's right there, and I didn't even. Why do I want to say Darkness? Because literally every single time we've talked about this film,
you want to say Army of
Why?
I almost did it.
Why?
Army of the Dead.
Why? Army of the Dead 2. So the title is revealed to be Planet of the Dead. It's very.
It makes sense, Everyone thinks, oh, the zombies are contained in Vegas. It's gonna be fine. Nothing's gonna happen. And then that one guy gets out that's infected, and
it's all over.
All over.
Considering how quickly this virus seems to spread, and how quickly these zombies can move, and they have these alpha zombies and smarter zombies that's able to kind of almost have, a leader who's able to delegate certain tasks and give them jobs, and like, you'll do this, and they have a whole ritual thing. It's very interesting. So this comes, as you guys know, we have the prequel of the movie Army of Thieves, which we are seeing tonight via like a virtual premiere, which is pretty cool. So and that's coming to Netflix later on as well. And let's see. So according to the article on Collider, Snyder has still has credits for writing and producing the prequel. He says, oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to read. Although that is good to know. Where was it that I wanted to read? Look, nonetheless, I think a sequel is going to be really interesting. I wonder if we're seeing any return cast members for this one, or they're just going to go completely like brand new people, because now the stakes is much higher. It's not just like Vegas.
Yeah.
It is now planet. So how do you survive through that, and how do you beat that? Because like living in a zombie apocalypse, as we have seen in many TV shows and films with zombies in them, it's not easy. And like, how do you, it's not like you can, I don't think we can turn them, well, we don't know, but to turn them back, or to find essentially some sort of antidote that people can have, so they're not able to be infected if bitten.
Well, I have to admit, with the way that Army of the Dead ended, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a very just kind of like end of the world kind of a movie. And just I'm a little nervous that they're going to kind of follow the stereotypical trope of a zombie movie, which is the zombie apocalypse happens and we're following a group of survivors trying to survive the zombie apocalypse kind of a thing. I liked what they did with the first Army of the Dead, is the fact that they inserted a heist movie into the idea of a zombie infected area. I'm like, this is brilliant. I love the fact that they're doing this. However, if you're making it Planet of the Dead, I don't really know exactly what's new that you can add to it that other zombie movies haven't done. Now, don't get me wrong. Zack Snyder does amazing visual effects, amazing, beautiful scenes and shots. So, I mean, that was something that was great about the first Army of the Dead. So, but I'm curious. I'm just really curious on where this goes.
Yeah, I really like the original one so much. We're very excited for the prequel tonight because it's based on our Safecracker, who also, I believe, actually directed the prequel himself.
Oh,
so like I'm very interested.
That would make
in seeing
sense on why we're getting a prequel based on his character.
But like that's just so cool. That we're getting, we're getting kind of almost essentially a trilogy out of this. So that's exciting to look for. What's also very exciting, and I could not wait to dive into this topic, is Dune Part 2 is officially happening. We had set this soon after we both saw the film that WB hadn't greenlit Dune Part 2 yet, and it was very obvious if you've seen the movie, whether you see it in theaters or on HBO Max, that it definitely in the beginning title card said Dune Part 1, which means, okay, so there is definitely, obviously, book readers know, and I think by now anybody who follows the story of Dune in like news articles and whatnot is aware that this covers just about first half of the Dune book. So it's kind of like they left it at a place where it's kind of like, sure, it could end here, but like you're gonna give us
still
more,
a lot of
right?
dangling threads that you haven't really sewn up yet.
So I'm really happy that they announced it, that it is now greenlit for Part 2. So Dune has earned WB's largest opening weekend box office of 2021 with 40 million in the US. And let's see here. So naturally they, announced, yes, we're going to go ahead and do a Part 2. So I'm not really surprised. I just feel like I feel like I was maybe holding my breath in for like, God, what if they don't give us a Part 2? Exactly. Everybody was talking about it. But now they will. And I believe writer-director Denis Villeneuve will be coming back for this one. I would hope so. Oh, it says here in the article, in fact, Villeneuve seems to be busy at work already, having started writing Dune Part 2 months ago.
Good. Before he was even greenlit, he was kind of like, yeah, I know we're going to get greenlit, so I'm just going to start working on it.
And here's what he said about writing for the sequel. Quote, I am writing Part 2 now, and I feel like I am 8 years old again. That's very uncommon for me. It's the first time I've experienced it where I'm watching one of my movies and I have a moment of deep gratitude, of deep joy. And I say, thank you, life, for having allowed me to bring that to the screen. Don't know how other people will feel about it, but me, Denis Villeneuve was, when he was 14 years old, thank you. So this is very exciting. Just listening to various interviews of Denis on this, he's just overjoyed that he gets to make this. It seems like many of the stars are fans of the book as well. Very excited to be a part of the Dune world. And I am pretty positive that Hans Zimmer is going to come back and be like, oh, yeah, yes, I am scoring this. Like, if you
add some more ball.
At this point, you can't not have both the director and the composer on this together. Like, it's just the perfect storm.
I mean, you would think that they'd bring back everyone who was a part of the first one.
I would like to think so.
Unless, of course, their character didn't make it. But, right. I mean, heck, there might be flashbacks. There still might be scenes that you need to film with them. I loved the first one. I love this one that just recently came out. The visuals. If you guys want, go check out our spoiler review up on Patreon. Up on Patreon. I just go into great detail on just how much I truly enjoyed this movie.
Nice.
And I was so scared that we were not going to get a second one.
Yeah.
Because this one wasn't going to make the money. But fortunately it did. So we get to see the second part of Dune.
Yes. And Chris Dixon says, non-spoilery comment, glad we get to see more Zendaya. That's right. We will get to see more of her in Part 2 as well. Blade says, the spice continues to flow. And Steve says Hans Zimmer will return to compose the score.
Awesome.
For Part 2. Puncher says, Dune 2, Spice Force. That's funny. That's funny.
And if you scroll up a little bit more, we do have a super chat.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. From Stubby One Kenobi. Thank you so much for Stubby. Your super chat. Who writes, Dune 2 cast choices? Mine are Emperor, Peter Stormare, Princess, Alicia Vikander. How young is she supposed to be? The Emperor's, the princess, I wonder. Faid, I think, Rutha, Sting's character. I hadn't watched.
See, this is the problem.
I hadn't watched the original.
I haven't read the book
so
yet,
we don't
or watched the
but
original.
I know of the Emperor and I know of the Princess.
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård.
So I'm gonna have to take your guys' opinion on this. If you guys want to chime in on this, on all the other characters that we have not seen yet, and neither have I read about yet.
Is Paul's sister younger or older? I want to say younger.
I don't know. Honestly, I would see that would be kind of a cool story point to where if Paul had an older sister, his mom, Jessica, Lady Jessica, tried to train her in the ways of her people, and
the
just did not work out, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So, and there could be a lot of cool plot points. I don't even know if that's in the book, but for those who are familiar with the story, can chime in.
Yes.
But no spoilers.
Let us know.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
Tim Taylor says Faid, if I'm saying that name correctly, or Fayed, needs to be Harry Styles or Barry Keoghan. He was great. Barry was great in Eternal. So I'm not sure exactly what type of character this person is because I haven't met them in my book reading as of yet. But like just acting wise, I think both of those. Well, haven't really seen Harry Styles act other than in Dunkirk, which I thought he did a great job. Barry, I feel like I've seen him a little bit more. Really, really enjoy his acting. So it looks like the sister is about 11.
Okay, so she's
the princess
younger.
Looks like
that's
22,
right.
23.
Because Lady Jessica's pregnant with the baby right now. Because Paul was like, "Oh, you're pregnant.
Oh, that's right.
How do you know this? I just found out about it."
Yeah, that's right. Sorry for the spoiler.
Sorry. It's not that big of a thing.
Yeah,
in the movie.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't play. Well, I guess it could play into part 2. I guess.
Yeah.
But they also, anyways, moving on from that. I feel like if the princess is about 20, I see 23 and 33. Alicia Vikander for sure can do it. There's tons of like other. I don't know. If we're going a little bit slightly younger, maybe she might be too young, but I always like to throw Anya Taylor-Joy's name into all the hats because I think she's a really fantastic actor and I just feel like I can see her fitting in within this world. And I know a couple of you guys sounding off in the chat didn't really love Dune too much, kind of boring. And I get it because it is a bit like there's obviously action, but it also has a lot of like, expositions and like a lot of conversations because there's like like space politics and stuff like that at play.
Space politics. But yeah, honestly, I dig that kind of stuff sometimes where you just get all of this rich world. You get this intrigue between different houses, the political intrigue. I think they did a great job on it. But for some people, it's just something that you're just like, okay, let's go. I want to get into the story. Or I want to get more into what's actually happening. So I can see your how someone could be frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have the time you want to devote to watching Dune a second time, if you have HBO Max, we highly suggest because we really do think it's really, really a fantastic film. It is a bit dense, but we really enjoyed it. Like I wasn't ever like bored, but I was just like, right from the beginning, like I was like, I'm in. Tim Taylor says Faid or Fayed, or however I'm sure I'm saying it wrong both ways, is the Baron's nephew. He has a lot of charisma, but a little sinister. So I can definitely see Barry Keoghan playing that role, as well as I got to think about some of the actors. Well, think about it and maybe put that down in our Discord, which I can't. Can I invite you guys to the Discord?
Oh, did you put
like? Well, I shut it down just so I can give my computer. If you guys hear the MacBook, is she's working hard. She's working real hard. She sounds a little bit not quite jet engine. Not quite that bad. That was the old laptop.
Just a little hum in the background.
Just a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull up the link for our Discord before we go so we can invite you guys. There we go. To our Discord where we talk about, we discuss anything and everything, honestly, from movie news to TV news to theme park news and our Movie Bunch contributes a lot of like really useful and cool information, and also less useful but still fun information like what we're eating today and weird foods, which I personally one of my favorite channels on our Discord, because of that we talk about it on the show. So I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat right now if you want to join. The only requirement is for you to let everybody have their opinion, let them like or not like things and sound off, as long as we keep it civil. We're gonna no hate, no racism, no none of that stuff. And as long as you can keep to those words, those rules, you can stay. All right, you guys, that is actually it for today's live stream. We said that we're gonna keep it short and light today because we've got lots of stuff, too much stuff going on. So we bid you farewell here, but don't forget to check out the channel for upcoming trailer reactions, movie reviews. We got to film a few and edit a few, so they'll be coming slowly but surely. So you have content. We're still working on some of those Star Wars Visions reactions as well, so those are still coming. It's just as things start to feel even more normal and open up even more, things are getting busy for the both of us, because I'm not saying the pandemic is over, just people feel a little bit more comfortable going out and stuff. So we will leave you guys here, but thank you so much for hanging out with us, and make sure you catch us on Saturday for another live stream. Bye, everybody.